exciting news, because I will be moving soon. Yay! Unfortunately, it will be to a bigger city, so I'm not sure what that says for the sounds, like background sounds and stuff. It might be super quiet, I don't know, but we'll have to find out together. I'm so excited. So, that will be happening pretty soon. So, we'll have to see what happens. So, yeah, in this video, I wanted to take a look at the different polar patterns of the Blue Yeti, because there are 4, which are really cool, and I've played around with a couple of them, but I wanted to do kind of like a test, just to compare how they sound all in one video. So that's what we're doing today. So you can see them here. Polar patterns are basically pushing around, but you can hear how sensitive it is in the front and the back, but not the sides. So interesting. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool. You really can't achieve that behind the head effect with just one microphone, especially a larger condenser microphone, since it's so big, it captures a lot more, and so it's hard to have that smaller effect because your ear holes are kind of tiny, and in order to achieve that, you'd probably need to use something smaller, like a smaller condenser microphone. I don't have any of those, but I want to get one soon, because I feel like while I do prefer large condenser microphones, like the Rode ones, I love them so much. I do see how small condenser microphones, people also call them pencil mics, because they look kind of like a pencil. I do see how those are better at replicating like our real life capture in terms of polar pattern, and when you're moving like stereo image, it's a little bit better with that. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of ASMR with those, and I kinda get it now. So as much as I love the Blue Yeti and big Rode ones, I might start looking at little ones. Those ones are also better at picking up higher frequencies, so if I wanted to get really close to a lot of sounds, it would be a lot better at picking up those high crackles in my voice. So, stuff like that. We'll have to see. Alright, let's move on to the next pattern. So this one, I believe, is the same, except it's side to side instead of forward and back. I'm not too sure how this will go, so I think it's more of a left and right and left and right sort of deal, except that's my right and that's my left, but it's your right, your left. I'm really bad at lefts and rights when it comes to videos, because this is my right, but it might not be your right. I also realized I've never tried this setting before, and so this is the ear-to-ear setting. Super cool. So, this definitely has a capture to it. There's clearly a left and a right, which is really neat, because this whole time I had been doing it in post-processing, which is fine, but it saves me a bit of work. I'm a little dumb for not knowing this, but this is super cool. So, like I said, it is pretty much the same deal. You're picking up signal from both sides, but I guess it's a little more obvious now that you can tell the left from the right. And I just know that my next video is going to be an ear-to-ear video, but with the proper settings. So, yeah. Left side. Excuse me. Right side. And so then, when I tap, there is a very clear